what about
But it's true. But on the same time, head coach with Ja and head coach, they have some relation back in Grizzly Town there, so it might be a good one-two punch moving forward. And like I said before, Ja is now matured. I know he had some money and he had some issues before, but I think we're looking at a guy that, if he was supposed to trade, would be bringing in, and he wouldn't be a star. He would just be a guy coming in. It wouldn't be all him. We got a star already here, so I think that would be a good look too.
Hello, Toronto Raptor fans. Welcome to another episode of the Raptors in Black and White. As always, we've got the coach, Head Swag,
So
and yours truly, Slang, reviewing the week that was, looking ahead to the week that will be, and discussing vital news going on in the Raptors world. So this past week, we weren't the greatest on our selections. We did get the correct in that Toronto would cover the spread against the Oklahoma City Thunder. But not only did we cover the spread, we actually ended up winning that game. And then the other two, we thought that we would get a revenge game against the Knicks. Fell apart in the third quarter on that one, and then lost to the Orlando Magic Friday, which was actually a national televised game in the United States, which
that's right.
Raptors always seem to get hammered on. I don't know why. They should get excited that they're finally on. I mean, every game of theirs is nationally televised in this side of the border. But you think they would get up to, not look so bad against the Magic, who they've already beaten a few times this year.
Yeah, and when it counts, it seems like they just seem to fold at that time. But it was good that everybody got to see BI3 go national, because he's been down and out, as you know, only played, I think, what was it? I can't even remember, a handful of games when he was before he got traded. So people never got to see him perform the way he's performing now. So it was actually good that they got that little bit of exposure. It'd be better if they got the W on it, obviously, but moving forward, let's see what happens.
Yeah, that one was a fourth quarter meltdown. I mean, you look at the stats each quarter. We were down by one after the first quarter, but obviously up by looks like seven at halftime, and then we pummeled them in the third quarter, 42-36, and then they just came out and like Bane just went bananas, and it was mostly
I notice against good teams when we can't stop their run. If their marquee player goes on a run, it's like we can't. It's like we're playing back into our old Raptors where we're playing catch up. You know what I mean? And these guys won't like lock down a guy. Like if a guy scorches, we got to learn how. Hey, we're gonna scorch with him, or we're gonna shut down his scorch. We have two options. And like, for example, against the Grizzlies, Bane, he just went off on us, and I was like, why couldn't we just get a bigger guy to get in front of him? But hey, it is what it is. Harder, I guess, obviously harder than it seems.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Bane was 11 of 15 from the floor and 7 of 10 from 3 point range, and yeah, he went. I mean, that whole game was 3 point shooting. Really, they shot 50% from three. Uh,
That's correct. Yeah.
17 of 34, and the Raptors were 7 of 28 at 25%. So that really was the big difference. I mean, if we could only even just get up into the 30s, we might have had a shot there. But, once again, RJ Barrett was 0 for 5 from three, which I hate to be critical of RJ. Scotty, I wish he would stop throwing threes up until he could get in the gym and do three in a row of 90 of 100 threes, because he was 0 of 3. And even Mamu was 0 for 3. So yeah, pretty cold night. Jamal shed 0 for
And that's a problem with the Raptors. Let's do with what we work with. We're inside team, like you just said. Barrett, he should be going inside. He knows when he gets a team to collapse, that frees up our guys to get that extra three. And if our guys are off with the three, like I said, try something different. You know what I mean? Don't just live and die by it. If you're gonna live by the jump shot, you're gonna die by it. You know what I mean? And that's what happened in these last two games. We were up, we were looking fun, but what happens is these guys gotta play till the fat lady sings. And unfortunately, like I said, marquee teams, and these are two strong teams in the East. Orlando, I told you guys that hey, they're young, they're strong, they're fast, and look at that, they proved it well. You know what I mean? Banero, oh my goodness, like he's a juggernaut, and he's just growing, and he just seems like he's keeps growing. So
He's a big dude. And it looks like they didn't have their German Wagner. Oh, sorry.
that's right.
Oh, yeah, they had the other Wagner because they got both brothers. So, yeah, Moritz was on there, but the big guy, he's still down with an
He's still
injury.
down. Yeah,
Yeah. So no, I mean, yeah, such a waste of Brandon Ingram's points. He ends up like I love when the players have as many points as minutes. It's fantastic. And yeah, Brandon Ingram, 35 points in 35 minutes. He was 13 of 23 from the floor, which is better than 50% shooting. And he was 50% from three. So it really was.
I know. To a losing
Uh,
cause. You want that for a W, gentlemen. You want that, and they were leading for a while, but basketball is about runs, and they couldn't tap out the those guys, unfortunately.
yeah, Quickly didn't disappoint either. But yeah, Dick, nothing. Ochai, nothing. Sad.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then as we said, the Knicks was just like, oh my God, I was watching that one. The first half was so great. In fact, the first quarter we were up 28-18, and we still sort of hung on. They had a better second quarter, but we were still ahead by one, I think, or two at the half. But then that third quarter, man, they just came out like 35-19. I don't think that what the hell? Hold on, let me get his name here. I don't know.
And that's
Bridges.
what the
Sorry.
sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think Bridges missed a shot in the third quarter. Like
Oh yeah,
he was
Bridges,
killing
and once again, like I said, when a guy gets hot, it's like we just make him keep getting hot. We got to learn to, like I said, either tap him out or get hot with him too. You know what I mean? And especially if they're in our house, like you gotta take advantage of people when you're at home. You definitely gotta take, and I think we do as the Raptors, but I mean we gotta turn it up now. We're nearly going to the second half. All-Star break is almost here. It's time to show and prove.
Yeah, well, especially against the Knicks. I mean, we're right head to head with them. We were tied with them for third, a couple games ago. Now we're back in fourth overall.
And
Uh,
if we had won that game, we would have actually beat them in the standings if we had won that game there. So,
yeah,
right, and that would have been a pretty good hit for these guys. And moving forward, if we had beat Orlando, that would have solidified things, and I think these guys would have got a little more national coverage.
yes, exactly, and even some recognition. Because finally people say, okay, let me see the Raptor hype. Are they for real? I'm going to sit and watch this game, and then they, crap the
That's
bed
right.
in the fourth quarter, and they go, oh, Raptors, they're just the same as they were before. Hype,
That's right.
but no substance. And even that game against the Knicks, like we actually shut down Carl Anthony Towns. He only had eight, and Brunson, we managed to, keep him. I think he even sat out a little bit because they were saying he had maybe a minor injury, but he only had 13 points. And then, yeah, Bridges gets 30. And in our ongoing tale of former Raptors slash Canadian players playing good against the Raptors, Mr. OG Anunoby had 26.
At 26, OG, I told you, man. As you said, the guys thanked us for the trade, right? So I think we gave him away a little, but it's a trade-off because we had Barrett, and last year Barrett was a proven fact of 20-point plus for I think 10, 15 games straight, right?
Yeah,
Just now
yeah.
that we got Bi and we got Scotty playing, I just wish now they could share the sugar a bit more because then our guys are really we're there. We just got to share that sugar. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we were talking last week even about that trade, and was it worth it? I think it is. And then I'm sitting watching that game, going, yeah, maybe OG back in a Raptor uniform wouldn't be the worst thing. So okay. So speaking of the Raptors, yeah, how are we going to like what? Okay, lots of trades actually. Cleveland pulled off a trade yesterday, the three-way trade with the Bulls and Sacramento. Actually, took a couple Sacramento guys off the table because there's been rumors with the Raptors in Giannis. We've actually gone sort of in depth in that, but we maybe should touch on that again today because Giannis has come out saying that the three teams he would most likely want to go to are the Knicks, the Miami Heat, and the Toronto Raptors. Um, I don't know though. Sorry. Last thing I'll comment is I've heard the Raptors have said Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram are not on the table in a trade.
which is a very good factor. Like I said, we need a trifactor to I believe take it over the top. I think it takes three guys now. It used to be in the '90s when we used to watch it. Used to be the dynamic duo.
Mhm.
But now I think moving forward, now you need a trifecta to take it over the top. So that would definitely solidify things for the Raptors moving forward. I know if they had three guys that were, you know what I mean, workhorses.
Yeah, I'm down for, doing something. Emmanuel Quickly going off and getting 40 the other day is sort of the Emmanuel Quickly version that I wish was more consistent. And even as we just touched on, he wasn't the reason we lost, either of those two games to the Magic or the Knicks.
Okay.
But Jamal Shed seems ready to step up and potentially be a number one guard. And I don't know if AJ lost or not AJ. Who the heck is that other guy we've got on the back of the bench of our? Oh my gosh, hold on, I got his name right here. Elijah Martin. I don't know Elijah Martin as a backup. Oh my God, but could we rotate Shed and maybe have Scotty take over? Because I'd be willing to do and I just don't want to trade RJ is what I'm trying to get to for Giannis. I'd rather do Emmanuel quickly. And if we have to also throw Poeltl in there with an Ochai, Baji, and heck, I'd say, look, you want Dick. I'd rather not give up Dick because I think he's got upside. Or you want Jacoby Walter again. Also, would not love to give him up, but if they need a young player
They need a
and
young,
and
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
picks. Yeah, I think I'm down for something like that. What do you think?
I think I would be down for something like that too. That sounds good. And hold on to our big strong guys. Our big because RJ's I think 6'8", you know what I mean? Uh what do you call it there? Our next guy there, basically our guys we need to keep BI is I think what 6'11", and he and
Close.
big and mobile is what we need
Yeah.
because the West they're not small guys is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I think it would be interesting our lineup because would Giannis be playing center or not? Would we just have him as power forward? Like, what's our lineup? Do we have so we trade? Let's say we do Emmanuel quickly and Yaka. Our
Mhm.
lineup then is, oh my God, we're going with Jamal Shed as our point guard. RJ is the two guard. Scotty is the small forward, which seems crazy because he's so big. But then what you got? Brandon Ingram is our power forward, and Giannis becomes center. Is that our
That's it.
lineup?
Yeah. And we're playing Euroball where the five could play out because Giannis could play out, right? He ain't gonna live on the inside, but we know he's gonna give us more inside power than what we need right now and rebounds. Oh my goodness. Like at least we'll get those second hand chances, you know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of
Yeah, no,
them.
I think that would be a pretty good rotation because then we would have Colin Murray Boyles being able to come off the bench.
Hmm.
I don't know what we do. Like, I guess Elijah Martin has to come in once in a while. We probably would abandon the two guard system. We probably would have Shed rest, Scotty take over sort of as the bringing up the ball every once in a while. Maybe Mamu comes in, pops into center.
You got it. And then
Giannis kind
Mama
of
would
goes
come
to
in
the
and pop in the
dunker
center.
spot, and
Yeah.
or when he's not resting. Um, I mean, yeah. So okay, so that would be interesting if we could do something like that. I would also maybe.
But what if you had to give up one of the big three? Which one would you give up? Would you give up the RJ? If you had to give up RJ, if it came down to it, would you give him up?
That's what I was just questioning in my head. And it depends on RJ and what. Like if I was the Bucks, I might not want Poeltl necessarily because I mean
Right.
I like
So
Poeltl.
what if they want
I'm a
RJ
Poeltl fan.
and
And
quickly?
quickly, oh my God.
It's a must do. You'd have to do it. I would say we would
RJ
have to do it.
quickly and
And like a first round.
Ochai and probably two picks. Yeah. We're probably gonna have to give up two picks. Heck, we might have to give up three picks, but I would hope not. If we're giving up RJ and Emmanuel quickly, one or two picks might be enough to get it in there with maybe an expiring Ochai in there too. So they can free up some salary.
Yeah.
Am I doing that trade? Oh my God! So then our lineup is what we've got. Suddenly, well, if Yakapurtl ever would come back, that would be pretty fascinating actually to have Yakapurtl as our center, Giannis as our power forward, Brandon Ingram as our small forward, Scotty Barnes as what our two guard, and then Jamal Shed is our point guard.
And we got AJ, we got Mamu coming off the bench, we got Kobe, so we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
some
yeah.
options there too.
I think our rotation pieces, yeah, exactly. Yeah, again, the second guard is probably the biggest problem in that, but AJ Lawson could maybe take over that role a little bit. But yeah, Grady Dick rotating in with Jacoby Marshall
Grady
and
Dick, that's
Mamu.
right. You got it. Hmm.
That's a pretty good team, actually. I mean, we could contend because Giannis is going to get 30. Brandon Ingram, if Giannis is in the game, he's getting 25 to 27, you would think, because
You
it's
would
going to
think,
be
yeah,
more
yeah,
open
yeah.
because they're going to be doubling Giannis like crazy in the paint, and then they could kick out to, BI.
You got it.
Uh, Scotty would be freed up,
And Scotty's just being a
of
beast. Do
all
you
the
see him
pressure.
on the blocks lately? Scotty's just loving the blocks, eh? Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
goodness.
He had a block against Chet Holmgren in that OKC win.
Yeah.
Sick. Probably won us the game in the last couple minutes there. He
In the last couple minutes, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
get that garbage out of here, as Jack Armstrong says. Yeah, no, that was sick. Okay, so yeah, I'd love a crafted Giannis where we don't necessarily give up Barnes or Ingram. I guess I'm doing it. God damn it, I'm doing it. I just worry like Giannis's injury. I don't love his game. It's not the most dynamic, but I know he's unstoppable when he wants to take the ball, when he's going downhill and just jamming it into the basket. It's hard to stop him. The Raptors, we figured out how to stop him.
And we're number one right now in transition. So can you imagine adding him to that? And like you said, when he's going downhill, he's unstoppable.
God.
Unstoppable.
All right, maybe we need to do it. Maybe we need to do it. Do we throw it? Yeah, because they don't even have another backup guard. I was going to say, do we throw like Gary Trent into that too to maybe be our backup guard? But he's not a point guard, so that won't work. All right, how about we go though? So there's the Sabonis rumors still out there too, and because I think center is our weakest spot, or some
Yeah.
other big, like a
It's
big power forward
it's
like
been
that.
it's been the Raptors' problem from time. It's been the Raptors' problem from. That's why when we got Gasol, we actually got a ring because we had a big guy that could facilitate and hit a threes, and that's what we need again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I liked Valanciunas, but yes, yes, Gasol, certainly helped there. Poeltl, I think, could be the guy if he was not injured all the time, but clearly
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
proven
yeah,
that he's
yeah.
just
But
not in the
I
game.
think that's why we're taking our time with him right now. I think right now he's doing some squats, throwing him some steroids, and yeah, get him back his ass out there.
So do you think we should do a Sabonis? Would you be interested in that one also? Again, I don't know if we have to. It's probably the same situation we just talked about with Giannis. Do we have to give up Quickly? Would they take Quickly and an Ochai with a pick? Because we probably don't need to give up
I
Quickly.
think so. I think for him, we could play it down a little more and get a little more for. We have a little more leverage against Sabonis. Yeah, being that
Yeah.
he's around Pirtle's age, I believe. I think they're like 1 year off or something. So,
On the
um,
positive, yes, he's a year younger, and
yeah,
his points per game he's averaging. Last year we averaged 19. This year he's more like 15. But last year Pirtle was more like 15, and this year Pirtle's more like 9. So if we could get 15 to 17 points, from a guy like him, starting at center, that would be also a pretty sick lineup. We have
that
Sabonis,
would also be pretty sick too.
Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes. I'm keeping RJ if I'm doing that trade. Maybe ditch it quickly. So then Shed again is our starting point guard. That's a pretty solid lineup.
That's a pretty starting lineup.
Yeah, because he can stretch the floor a little bit more than a Jakob too, and still help with the rebounds and points in the
And
paint.
I was just about to say, and he gets a couple secondhand chances more for us. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I like that one. I'm lessening on the Ja Morant mostly because, like I said, Quickly went out for 40. I mean, maybe would be an improvement if we had Ja Morant over Emmanuel Quickly. They don't want to take Emmanuel Quickly salary back, I'm hearing. So then it gets complicated because then we've got to either try and force them to take Quickly and jam a couple extra first round picks into their pockets. Um, I don't know. What about
But it's true. But on the same time, head coach with Ja and head coach, they have some relation back in Grizzly Town there. So it might be a good 1-2 punch moving forward. And like I said before, Ja is now matured. I know he had some money and he had some issues before, but I think we're looking at a guy that if he was supposed to trade, would be bringing in, and he wouldn't be a star. He would just be a guy coming in. It wouldn't be all him. We got a star already here. So I think that would be a good look too.
It could be. It could be. Yes,
It
the
could be.
main thing I worry about with him, he's got talent for sure. Like I've seen that guy. That guy's jumped higher than most NBA players I've ever seen. He had some crazy defensive play. I don't know if it was a couple years ago. I think he was still going up, and he was like at the top of the backboard when he swiped the ball away. It was insane that he was able to even jump that high on a defensive play too, especially. But yeah, I'm thinking, and I definitely we can't trade for Anthony Davis. Please, let's not. We're not even going to waste time talking about that because that guy is injured. And I thought Derek Lively maybe could be something. It's hard to tell what Dallas is doing. He might be an interesting guy to go after and maybe replace at center, or even like a Nic Claxton. I was thinking possibly.
I would take Lively over Claxton. I'll take Lively over
Yeah.
Lively's live. I like Lively. He gets live and he gets up there. I've seen him play above the rim too, man. And I think he'll be in our budget too.
Yeah, Okay, so I just pulled up. I didn't. I had Claxton stats up. I didn't have Derek Lively's stats up. Uh, his points per game aren't quite as high as those other guys, but he's definitely in there more, for rebounds and uh, steals and blocks. Nic Claxton, hold on, where is he? Yeah, Claxton's got averaging 12.3 points per game, whereas Derek Lively is at 4.3. So that's quite a difference. Although that must be a down year for Lively. He's probably a disaster without, I think it's the year anniversary for the Luka Doncic trade for Anthony Davis, or maybe it's in 2 days on the third or something. Lively's probably in bewilderment, having lost his setup alley oop guy in losing Luka. So that
That's
could be
right.
why his points are way down. So maybe on the Raptors he could rebound there. But yeah, I was just thinking one of those two guys might be a below the radar where we give them a one first round pick, or we give them even a swap and a Ochai expiring, and maybe they cherry pick one of our younger.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Something like that, good for the pickings. You're right. You're right. Totally, totally.
Yeah,
We
but we
could
don't have
walk
to
down
give
that
up.
aisle. I think so.
Right, we don't have to give up some of our depth. I mean, even though I'm hearing they would like to get off the manual Quickley contract because it's a little bit of an eyesore. Um, I don't. I keep fantasizing that Mr. Quickley is going to show up as that guy getting the 40 points the other day.
And I know he could do it. I know. I think once playoffs come, we're gonna see a different Quickly because he could be quick. His name ain't quick for no reason.
I agree. All right, so fingers crossed. Oh wait, you had one more actually I wanted to mention. So you were saying Jaren Jackson Jr. possibly from Memphis.
Memphis, yes, yeah. I was saying him. That's right.
That would be a good one. He is. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna pull it.
Another guy underneath the radar. I think he get. I think he averages about 12 points a game. Another young legs to bring in.
Yeah, I got his stats right here. Yeah, no, 19 points a game. Now he's awkwardly. I think. Oh, that's right. We looked him up, and he's positioned as a forward, but he's a big dude. He's taller than Mamu Kalashvili, who we've got playing center right now,
Right
and
now.
he's taller than. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Who's our other guy? The young kid, the rookie, the friggin' three initial CMB, Colin Murray Boyles. He's taller than Colin Murray Boyles too. So anyway, I like
Yeah,
that suggestion. That was you were through that.
he's lengthy. Just need to put a little meat on him. Get him in the gym there, and yeah. And like I said, being young, we got young, nice, strong legs, producing like you said, 20 points a game.
Yeah, actually, I don't have his age here. How old is he now? 20. Oh my gosh, pretend like I don't need glasses. Oh wow, yeah, he is younger, 26.
Yeah.
All right, I think we should. Yeah, we should maybe definitely whack
You
those
know,
bushes and see if there's something that we can shake out of there.
and I think there's something we could work with, man. We need to do that against these West Coast teams. The West Coast boys are big, they're bad, and they're fast.
Yeah, well, so speaking of West, we've got a couple of West Coast teams coming up this week. We are playing today the Utah Jazz
Oh yeah.
at 6 o'clock. We should be able to beat the Utah Jazz, right?
So listen, we've been having a streak where we had to go home on the road, home on the road. We are now home game, I think 5 home games.
Yes.
So if the Raptors should take advantage, this is the time now. So what do you think? I think we're doing at least 4 games out of the 5 at home right now. I'm being greedy. I'm saying the Raptors are gonna, you know what? They're at home. They get to chill out. We're gonna go to massage parlor, and they've got to stay in house. So I'm thinking 4 out of those 5 games got to come down.
I hope you mean the massage therapist. And yeah, I could agree with that. Okay, so then let's be greedy. Okay, so we're going to beat Utah because I was debating earlier. Minnesota's the one that is sort of, and then we also have Detroit at the end. So beat? Do we lose to Detroit or do we lose to Minnesota? I don't know. It kind of depends on, which. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Anthony Edwards shows up from Minnesota in that
With
game.
Minnesota, oh yeah, that's
But
right.
we did
Yeah.
surprise them actually. So yeah, okay. I say we're gonna beat Utah, we're beating Minnesota,
Hmm.
and we're gonna beat the Bulls. That's our games this week.
And that's our
And
games this week. There we go.
we should beat Indiana on Sunday, and then I would love to beat Detroit. I just don't the Raptors. I mean, them beating Oklahoma really was a pleasant surprise. I find that we can't seem to get up against some of those upper tier teams. We're okay our record against them, but we keep losing to
Listen,
Boston.
we hold them down, but you know what happens? The guys, them, like I said, they do not play for 48 minutes. Once we learn to play for 48 minutes, sometimes we'll be up by 15 points, and I see these guys smiling. There's nothing to be smiling about. The game is not over. These guys will hit 3, 4 threes in about 12 seconds and be right back in it. When that fat lady sings, like I said, is when you show those teeth. Until then, let the war go on.
All right, agreed. Hey, I think what a better way to end the video. All right, so then let's do that. Let's live by that and beat these three this week. We're going for a clean sweep. We're beating Utah, we're beating Minnesota, we're beating the Bulls.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll get some fireworks going here. Will not cannot happen.
They're gonna happen. Oh yeah.
Hilarious. Okay, cool. Well, hey, listen, if you've watched this far, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Our views are going in the right direction. Our subscribers are going in the right direction. More comments would be appreciated as well. Either way, tell us, are we totally wrong, or is there some other person that the Raptors should go out there and try and acquire before this deadline on Thursday? And obviously, when we come back next week, we'll talk about what the Raptors did or didn't do and how we think that'll affect them, and probably some All-Star talk next week as well.
Oh yeah. We got to put some all-star talk in there. We got a couple of candidates that should be on that roster. So definitely we gotta give a shout out to our big guys.
Yeah, I was watching a little podcast with KG and who's that other the Boston guy that is his buddy. What is wrong with me? I know these people's names every day. I'm in a conversation with them.
Perkins.
I bring it up right now and I lose their mind. No, the guy he was actually killed the Raptors a couple of seasons even in a row. Uh, Not only with Boston, but then even with the Nets, I think he beat us too. Oh, what is wrong with me? Anyway, they were yapping about the All-Star game, and KG said two Raptors need to be there. He gave Brandon and Scotty Barnes props and said both should be on there. So Paul Pierce is what I'm trying to freaking think
Oh,
of.
Paul Pierce. Oh yeah.
Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Paul pushed back a little bit. He didn't totally though. The headline was that he laughed at him for saying it, but that's when I watched the video. Actually, that wasn't true. He was sort of saying, all right, you're giving the Raptors that much clout, props, whatever." So
Oh yeah.
anyway,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
he was
Like
agreeing.
I said, BI3 right now, he's balling like you like woo, like he's healthy, he's looking good out there. I'm liking that. And Scotty, as you know, he's Scotty's in his own zone right now. So we got guys going downhill. Let's hope the other guys join them and we keep the momentum. We got 5 at home. Let's see what we pull off.
All right, totally agree. Okay, so yeah, for another week we're out. So here, subscribe and watch this video over here, and we will see you guys next week. See you guys, right?
See you folks.